Hey pals, today I'm going to show you how to set up some Gmail rules, and this is going to totally revamp your inbox and make sure that what is getting through is what you want to see. So we're going to kind of think of it as our little personal secretary that keeps all of the nonsense off of our desks. For this example, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Democrats because, as you see, we get a lot of emails. I read them, they're very important. Um, but sometimes because there's so many, you end up missing some. So what I'm going to do is I want to make sure I'm getting from the national campaign. So I'm going to go into the first email and I'm going to copy and paste the @ and then the domain for that email. I'm going to go back up here. Instead of Democrats, I'm going to put in an asterisk, and that's a wildcard, and that tells Gmail anything in front of this email. Whoops, I did that twice. Domain is what I want to see. Okay, so that shows all of this. So this isn't anything from local Dem groups, any other like third-party PACs or anything of that sort. This is only from the National Democrats. But now I want to make sure that I get the emails that offer merch. I'm going to click up here on this down icon, and I'm going to click has the words, and I'm going to type merch. And now I'm going to search for that. So this is all the emails that have come in, and these are for designers and for the shop to announce that they've got new stuff coming in. And I really like these. I like scoping them out, get some gift ideas, things like that. So I want to go back up here. I'm going to click the down arrow and I want to hit create filter. These are the options that come up when you go to create a filter. And what I want to do is I want to star it. Okay, and then I'm going to keep it in my inbox. I'm going to show you another way you can get that right into for another type of email. But I want to star it, and then I'm going to click here to also apply the filter to the 5 matching results that were over here to show you something. So create the filter, boom. Any emails that come in that are from the Democratic National Party and that have merch announcements or anything like that, those are going to be starred. When they're starred, go over here, they live in your starred section. So the reason that I want to keep these starred messages and not do important is because when they're starred, if I use my iPhone or my email app, which I do, you'll see that then they show up as flagged. And I want them to show up as flagged here because that is where I keep the things that are active and the things that I really want to make sure I'm paying attention to. So when they show up here, if they won't get lost in my inbox. So just to show you an example here, I'm going to take a look at this one. This was a discount for Labor Day. Missed it. So when I unflag it in my Apple inbox or on my iPhone, either or, and then I go back here and refresh, that email had disappeared. And likewise, I'm going to go and I'm going to unflag the oldest email. It disappeared. Perfect. So now when I go back to my mail, you can see it became unflagged in this one. So when this inbox refreshes, then it'll disappear. So that's why you want to star it instead of marking it as important. So now that you know how to complete a rule that will star an email and then flag it for you and keep your inbox happy and making sure that you're paying attention to things that you should be paying attention to, I'm going to show you how you can create a filter that will totally skip the inbox. So I'm going to pick on the Washington Post. They send out this newsletter every morning. Now, I could unsubscribe from the newsletter, right? That would be one way to do it. But sometimes I read them, sometimes I don't. When I go to read them, it's because, oh, I want to read the Washington Post newsletter right now. And I want it to be accessible, but I don't want it to live in my inbox. I don't even need it to start there. So what I'm going to do is I'm again going to click up here on the down arrow. And you'll see, before I do that actually, I want to make sure that I get the right person. Like if they send something like a account status or something like that, I want to make sure I still get that. So I'm going to copy and paste where the newsletters are being sent from. I'm going to change it up here. I'm just going to type it. And you can see that these are only for the newsletters that they send. I'm not seeing any like account updates or subscription problems or anything of that sort. So that's why I don't want to use an asterisk in this situation. This is all I need to know. If it's from the Washington Post, then I'm going to skip my inbox. So to do that, I'm going to click the down arrow. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create filter. And then I'm going to click skip the inbox and archive it. Another option you could do is mark as read. I don't do that, generally speaking, only because if I want to go back and node, try to find it, sometimes it sticks it out a little bit easier. But so it's really a personal call. So I'm going to leave this unchecked, but I can always go back and change it. I'll show you how to do that as well. And then the other thing I'm going to apply to matching conversations, and I'm going to create filter. And then, as you can see, the one that was at the very top for today, which was Tuesday, is no longer in the inbox. It was already skipped and moved into regular mail. So that's how you set up a filter, and then keeps everything from this group is going to just go straight to archive. So now that we have created the filter, and if you recall, I initially had kept the box that I unchecked, like I didn't want it marked as read. But now I've changed my mind, as I am prone to do. So if I want to change the filter, you'd think I could click up here on the down arrow and all that fun stuff. Doesn't work. It's great. So I'm going to click settings, and yes, I want to see all settings, and then I'm going to go to filters and blocked addresses. And then I see here that here's the filter from the Washington Post. So I'm going to click edit. And unfortunately, I just realized that on the side of my screen, I've cut off a little bit here. So it does also give you the option to delete a filter if you so choose. So this is my original filter, anything that comes from email@washingtonpost.com. I'll click continue, and I'm going to say, hey Gmail, change my mind, mark it as read. And then I'm going to click update filter. And then I'm good to go. So I can go ahead and see the email will go to all mail, and it will be marked as read, and you still get it, and it's like it never happened, which is an awesome feature. But the more I think about it, no, I want to go back. I do want to keep it unread. I'm going to update it again. You can do it as many times as you want. You can create new filters here. You can delete filters here. The world is your oyster.